Nature paintbrushes, how to make art for anxiety and stress. In case you're new here, welcome. I'm Jodi, an art therapist, and I love to use nature in the creative process. Begin by gathering driftwood or sticks, and then gather things in nature that you like. Here's some white pine, and some Scotch pine, and some grasses, and some cedar leaves. After you've gathered your natural materials, you'll need some masking tape or painter's tape, perhaps some string or yarn, to help bundle your needles and to attach them to your sticks. Here, I'm using painter's tape because that's what I had, and also I like how it looks. Depending on the material, after you bundle them, you may wish to trim the needles to make a nice fine edge. Next, I am bundling the cedar. And lastly, I bundle the grasses. Once they're attached to the handle, I decide to trim the top down. Remember, when you're making your brush, there's no right, wrong, or best. Just go with the flow. Now it's time to start making marks. Here I'm painting on a black sheet of paper, but you can also use newsprint, cardboard, grocery bags, or any sort of art paper. It is really fun to just experiment with the different brushes. Notice all of the different types of marks and lines and shapes that you can make. You might also notice an emotional response to some of the different brushes. I really like the white pine the best because it made this really nice, smooth, calming lines. But the cedar was really fun too. I really liked the marks that it made, and it made a nice swishing sound, and it smelled good too. Now don't be afraid to move your paper in different directions and even to put the paint directly on the paper. Just keep mushing the paint together, making marks, and switching out brushes as you like. In the next few images, I'll show you how the piece evolves as I add color. Let's talk about how this technique can be used to address stress and anxiety. First, it's a very engaging multisensory process. You can smell some of the materials. Your mind is really focused as you're looking at the detail of the mark making, and the body's involved as you're moving the paint. There's also a lot of freedom and joy in just experimenting and being playful and not worrying about what the end is going to look like. Stay tuned for next week's video. We'll be exploring how to use your marked paper to make bookmarks. That's all for today. If you like this video, be sure to follow me for more tips from an art therapist.